So what makes OFTC a top choice for college? Here's why. You get hands-on training, and OFTC instructors have years of industry experience. You see, when you have access to that kind of knowledge, it makes a difference. And with financial aid, grants, and scholarships, OFTC is affordable. You can step into your new career debt-free. Think differently about college and make Coney Fall Line Technical College your top choice. Registration begins May 1st and classes start May 16th. OFTC is an equal opportunity institution.
I'm going to introduce our speaker for this morning, Mr. Will Butler. Mr. Will Butler is a native of Macon, Georgia. He is the owner and proprietor of Will to Win Fitness, a health and fitness organization dedicated to promoting healthy living via unique the business model. He is the Chief Operating Officer for Community Development Systems in Macon, Georgia, which is a private, for-profit counseling organization for youth and adolescents serving the Macon and Middle Georgia area. Mr. Smith's passion is to empower people. He participates as being a servant leader. Will volunteers much of his time developing and mentoring youth. He is an advisory board member of the Macon RYDC, an advisory board member of the EL High School, past chairman for Just Children, chairperson for Bibb County Local Integrity Learning, and previous chair for the Jones County and Baldwin County Integrity Teams. Will was awarded the Barney Kroger Community Service Award from the Kroger Company, recognizing his outstanding and tireless efforts. Let's give a round of applause for Mr. Will Butler.
I'm Will Butler. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Community Development Systems, and I'm the owner of Will to Win Fitness, and I am excited to be here this morning, speaking with such an important group of people, our young men. So before I continue any further, I would like to thank the Dublin Housing Authority for having me. I would like to thank C&E Youth Services, and more specifically, I would like to thank Miss Yvette Moore Woodruff for thinking of me, believing in me, and reaching out to me that I can deliver some motivational thoughts for you this morning. So, and also I would like to thank the volunteers, the community partners, all the businesses that have contributed their time, talents, gifts, and money to this event this morning. And as I look around, I see so many young men, I see some fathers, I see some community leaders. So why don't you give these men a hand for showing up this morning, okay? Because we could have been fishing, as I heard somebody say this morning, could have been fishing, right? Sitting in an old car that doesn't work and bringing back memories of the good old days, but we thought it not to be highway robbery to support our young men, and you are a very integral part of that. So, this morning I was up very early. I was excited. I saw this event was a big event. It's been on the news, Channel 13. You know, when you get Frank Malloy talking about stuff, it's big. So I was up early this morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning, just finalizing some thoughts for you. And you're going to have some breakout sessions that are going to be very impactful. And if you listen and you actively participate, it can not only help you, but it can also change your lives. So to kick it off, I'm just going to touch on a few points that might assist you, okay? As a young man, I grew up in one of the roughest, toughest neighborhoods in the city of Macon. It was called Unionville, all right? And I even remember that it was so bad at times that people would fight over whether you were from the real Unionville. There were two parts. And if you weren't from the right part at the right time, then you were liable to get jumped on. It was rough growing up. You know, there were drug dealers, there was people selling drugs, there was illegal gang activity going all around. But I was blessed to be able to have both of my parents there. I didn't really have to struggle a whole lot. I had the support of them. And I stood my ground. I went to school. I got my education. I knew who I was. I didn't hang with the crowds, no matter what the consequences was. Now, as you see me today, you see me as a 220-pound man, owns his own fitness company. Miss Moore didn't also tell you that I'm a black belt in 2 different styles of martial arts. I'm a 3rd-degree black belt in Aikido Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a certified instructor. I'm a 2nd-degree black belt in Taekwondo. But if you go back, I was a little runt growing up in high school. I was bullied, to say the least, or at least they thought they were bullying me. Because see, when I was growing up, it hurt my heart that I would have to hurt another person just in order to get my school lesson. So my mom and my dad enrolled me in karate classes. And the one that I was really afraid of was my dad. And one day he saw me running home to avoid a fight. And he said, if I ever catch you running home again, you're gonna have to answer to me. Needless to say, that was the end of my bullying problems that day, okay? So, for you young men that are growing up, you may not have the best. It may not be an ideal situation for you, but you are here. I've had the wonderful career of working in junior management for some of Georgia's best hospitals. I've worked for the Medical Center, which is now Navicent, had a chance of working for Northside Hospital in Atlanta. I've worked in middle management for the Kroger Company, as you heard. I received national awards all the way up to senior executive management, being the 2nd in command for a counseling organization, a multi-million-dollar counseling organization. Not only that, I started my own business, and it took off. From there, I trained celebrities, both national and local celebrities. I get to help people. I even got offered my own radio show on Wednesdays. If you listen to Blazing 92.3 in Macon, they deemed it a Will to Win Wednesday, where I'm giving out fitness tips. So you can do anything that you set your mind to. But I want to tell you how to really, really be successful in life. See, when I started my business, you have to go and you got to do the paperwork. And so you're really not a business until you get confirmation from the Secretary of State or regarding your incorporation or your LLC. So your LLC means that you have arrived, you're an official business. So this morning I want to take a few minutes just to talk about how to build your own LLC right here, right now, to start your own successful business. So, when we talk about LLC, many of you have similar goals that I had, right? Who wants to make a lot of money when they grow up? Who wants to play sports when they grow up? Who wants to drive a nice car when they grow up? I drive a Camaro. Who wants a nice house and a pretty wife, right? All of us do. So we have similar goals. You want to go to college. You want to make it. But let me tell you, you've got to start setting yourself up right here and right now to be able to do that. So the first L that we're going to talk about in building an LLC is love. Right? Everybody went, what's love got to do with it? Love has a lot to do with it. First, you've got to learn to love yourself. Love means knowing that no matter what, you have someone to count on, even if that someone is you. You can trust a person you love, and it makes you feel good on the inside. I want to ask you a question. Can you trust you? Can you trust you? I can't hear you. Can you trust yourself? Okay. That's learning to love yourself. Before you can love any little girl, any other thing, you've got to be able to love yourself first. Because all that will come. When you start your business, it's not all glamour. We have to love what we do, right? So, because I've got on some Pumas and I'm dressed real nice and I got this blazer on, I can't tell you how many nights I've had to stay up working my business plan. 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, close my eyes, it's 7 o'clock, it's time to get back up again. 12, 13 hours just to make this business work. You gotta love it. That's the only reason. And sometimes you don't even see money coming in that you're pumping into it for a full year. But do you love it, right?
Stop in today at your Wrightsville, Silverton, or Adrian Jet Food Stores for breakfast made fresh daily. The best breakfast biscuits and breakfast platters around. Join us for lunch with fresh chicken, pork chops, fried fish, fresh vegetables, as well as a daily manager special from chicken pot pies, meatloaf, and beef tips and rice. Hungry yet? Hurry into your Jet Food Store today, and don't forget to call ahead, and we'll have your favorite Hunt's Brothers pizza made to order. Come to your hometown Jet Deli today.
See, when you jump into something, when you get in the game, you got to learn the game, know about the game. You got to research the game. When I got into the fitness industry, I had to research it, because there were so many other companies that was doing the same thing that I wanted to do. How was I going to set myself apart, right? So I started the concept of mobile fitness because nobody was going to the gym. So guess what? I'm bringing the gym to you. Different concept. Gotta love what you do. And it took a moment to brand, to build. but I love it. Love yourself enough not to get caught up or swayed into other stuff, right? Everybody know what a dare is? Y'all know what a dare is, right? Raise your hand if you know what a dare is. I know you've been dared before by your friends, right? See, love yourself enough not to do the dare, because the dare is something that they're not willing to do. They want to make you do it because they know that you're going to get in trouble. You're going to hurt yourself. And they're not willing to hurt themselves because they love themselves, but they don't love you. So we got to make sure that we're loving ourselves. We're loving ourselves to do the right thing, even when nobody is looking. The next L that I'm going to move to, remember LLC. The next L is listening and learning. Listening and learning. So, listening and learning, we think mostly occurs where? In school, right? You're supposed to listen and learn. But if you apply it within your everyday life, it can prove to be very valuable. So just stop talking so much. Shut up and listen. You'll be surprised at things that you find out. You'll find out who's really on your team. Is your boy for you? You'll find out how to do some things and how to accomplish some things without having to go through it. That's all about listening. See, through listening, learning automatically takes place, right? Everybody know the song that the DJ just played? Everybody know that song? How did you learn that song? You heard it, right? You heard it on the radio over and over and over again until you learned it. You had to listen to learn. So in learning, it sets you up for real life. I know school can be boring. I know the teachers go womp, 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 whatever. You don't want to hear that. But there's an importance in learning. You can ask any adult in this room, if we could just go back to high school or go back to school, there's some things that we would like to learn or relearn to help us in life. Had we listened, it would have made our road a little bit easier. You know that geometry that you don't like? It's coming back up again, right? I'm going to tell y'all something. I hated geometry. But now when I'm out with my friends and we're hanging out and I go to a sports bar, they go, hey man, let's play some pool. So I pick up a pool stick and I go to break with the cue. All I see are angles and lines. That's geometry coming back to me. That's all I see. I see angles and lines. And I hadn't played pool in years, and they think I'm a pool shark. How did you make that shot? There's no way. All I see is angles and lines to make the most impossible shots. So the things that you think are the least important in school, sometimes in life, later on in life, become some of the most important things. Also, in learning, you learn what not to do. That's important in business. I can't tell you the countless times that I've made mistakes. But I dusted myself off and I learned from my mistakes. That's true learning. Stupidity is making a mistake and doing it over and over and over and over again. Don't be stupid. Learn from your mistakes. How many of us have smartphones? Raise your hand. Raise them high. I need to see how many of y'all got smartphones. All right. So there's no reason for us to act stupid because you got a smartphone, right? Smartphone's supposed to make you smart. If you don't know the answer, you can Google it, baby. You can ask Google. Utilize your smartphones. I get tired of looking at the news and seeing our young men making stupid mistakes. When you got a smartphone, when you got smart people in your corner. And once we get past that last L, we have the C in LLC. The C stands for communication for you. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to communicate. And when I say communicate, that means communicate effectively. That's not, what's up, it's not going to get you a job. It's not going to get you paid. It's not going to help elevate your career. It's not going to help with relations with the police officer if you get pulled over. They can't understand you. That's why it's so important to pay attention in your ELA classes. I think I got it right. Your English language arts classes. When I was growing up, it was just English and grammar. But we've got to pay attention to that. See, there's a time to use ebonics. I'm from Unionville. I know how to chop it up with my boys when I, take off my shirt and put on my t-shirt and I'm playing basketball, we hooping. I can do that. But when I'm trying to make money, it's all about, hello, sir, how are you? My name is Will Butler. I represent Will to Win Fitness. I represent Community Development Systems. I would like to submit a proposal for services, right? That's impressive. That's how you make money. See, I've been in the hood and selling drugs, smoking weed, all those things that we think is hustling. That ain't hustling. That's being lazy. I can sell drugs if I needed to with my eyes closed. That ain't hard. What's hard is getting up, going to a 9 to 5 every day. What's hard is doing the right thing even when you don't want to do the right thing. What's hard is not going the path that so many of your friends are traveling down. Now, with the communication and building your LLC, there are some things that you got to have. You got to have great customer service. Because just because you start a business doesn't mean everybody's going to support you. What are you offering? Great customer service. That's what most folks are looking for. You got to have self-discipline. You got to be up early in the morning. You got to be able to work late nights. You got to be able to, willing to do everything. You got to represent for your brand. You got to be able to learn to control your money, your time, and your sex drive. Okay? So, as we transition into the sessions, learn the rules of the game before you play. Don't let your ego take you somewhere that your intellect can't keep you. Okay? Remember that you don't always have to go to something criminal. If something's not right, find a way to fix it. Most companies were started because there was a problem or there was a need. Learn how to do that and be a positive influence in the community as opposed to a burden on the taxpayers. Okay? So, before I go, I need y'all to help me out, okay? Y'all not responding. Can y'all help me out? Who wants a PlayStation? All right, so I need for y'all to help me out. I need to hear you. Can you help me out? Yes. Okay, so as we transition, when you hear me say now, I want you to say, I'm here. Okay? So let's try it one time. You got to say it loud. Now. I'm here. Now. I'm here. All right. So, many people said that you weren't going to make it. But now, let's try it again. Many people said that you weren't going to make it. But now, you started from the bottom, but now your friends talked about you. They said you was a nerd. They said you didn't fit in. You might have come from a broken home. Don't know where your mama is or your dad is. But now, as we transition into your segments, I want to thank you for allowing me the time to speak to you, to influence you. And we look forward to great things coming from you. And Dublin, I hope that you will have me back. And this is the start of many, many more much-needed segments for our youth.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell, President and CEO of the Community Bank of Dublin, Lawrence County. I would like to personally invite you to come in and open an account with us. Our service and lending professionals know what it takes to make life easy and convenient and will help you get set up with our mobile and online banking right away. We founded Community Bank on common sense banking and a dedication to help people just like you with your personal or business accounts. We want to assist you in securing loans for your automobile, home, land, or whatever financial goals you may have in life. We founded Community Bank on common sense banking and a dedication to help people just like you with your personal or business accounts. Visit us at Community Bank of Dublin, Lawrence County and come in and see why common sense banking never goes out of style.
But see, I didn't even know the police was watching me like this. But I'm out here running the street and doing my thing. Just like I said, the bottom line is trying to be something when I know I wasn't nothing. But then I had a crowd. I had a lot of cats that wanted to be around me, wanted to act like they was hard. And all the while, we out here doing things and knowing all the while, I'm just reckless. I ain't got no mindset. Nobody ain't taking our time like I'm rapping to you and taking our time to tell you about the different things what's really going on. It's time out for pretending. This is real, 100% real. If you don't do what you got to do now, it's one or two places you're going to enter. Hell or jail. But you got to make a choice right now, today. Today is your blessed day. Today is the day that you can tell yourself, once I was a child, I uttered and I spoke as a child. And I put away childish things. But thank God, see, this the key with that. You got to realize there's more to it. Because see, when I was 2, I couldn't wait to be 4. And when I was 4, I couldn't wait to be 6 or 7. Understand me, I'm trying to give you some knowledge. Because see, a lot of times what we do, we want to grow up too fast. We want to be something that we know we ain't. We ain't cut like that. A lot of you ain't cut from that cloth. You're soft as tissue. You got plenty of people walking around here with their pants hanging down and 3 or 4 pair of pants on, trying to act like he's hard and know he's soft. And know if I come up on him, he ain't got his business right. Don't throw no gang sign up on me when you know you ain't no true gang member. A lot of pretenders, a lot of fake kicking, a lot of some people that want to make somebody think that they hard. At the end of the day, they be the main ones down there on the phone. Hey man, put us on 3-way. Hey man, come on, get your folks to get somebody to come down and sign my bond. But you hard. You want somebody to think you hard. You the main thing, can't sleep. You constantly walking in the cell, pretending to be hard, pretending to be something that you ain't. Stop up here bucking on your mother and father and respect the house. Your mother tell you to do something, don't buck, do it. Your daddy tell you to do something, don't buck, do it. Because if my mom, my dad, my mother was murdered at 38. Her boyfriend killed her. That cut me deep, you know. I was 25. My daddy, he got killed at 42. Somebody killed him. He was murdered. But see, I broke the bind. Because see, the thing is, because the way they died that way. Don't mean I had to die that way. I had to make a choice. I had to realize what it is and recognize I'm more than a conqueror. Jesus give me the strength. I'm a real live hero because I can carry the weight. Because once it get heavy, he said he ain't gonna give me no more than I can bear. But I gotta be willing to bear. Pull on me. You gotta turn me loose. And even if I fall, I'm a righteous man. I've been born. I was bought with a price. And you gotta realize one thing about me. The blood is on me. God put the blood on me. I was bought with a price. The Bible says if a righteous man fall 7 times, he can get up. Well, I don't fail millions of the time, and God don't see me through. I can't tell you I got it all together. But today is your day. The day is your birthday. The day is a day that you can say, I know that I can overcome this right here. It's sad that, like I said, I got to keep it 100 with you because I don't want one of your people to come up and then have to go see you behind the bar and say, Mr. Policeman, please can I touch my mom? While you sitting in here, and you sitting in a chair, and she on the other side of the glass, and y'all got these little, you got a phone, and you can't touch her, she can't touch you. And you got tears rolling down your eyes, and your mama got tears rolling down her eyes. And both of y'all thinking the same way. If I only, the word if I only would have did what Mr. Hazley said, and Mr. Hicks said, and Mr. Carter said, if I only would have did what they said, that word if is a big word. 2-letter word, I'm talking about it's a big word. And what we got to realize and recognize, God ain't brought us this far to forsake us or leave us. God brought us here so we can have life and have life more abundant. You can't be scared. You got to tell yourself that you can overcome this thing. This thing personal to me. I eat it. I didn't come here to play with it. I didn't come here to tell you just like I say. The Bible says 1 can chase 1,000. That's right. But you put me and my brother together, we're going to chase 10,000. Right. You put my other brother with me, we're going to get 100,000. You know what I'm saying? See, you got to stir it up. See, it comes a time when you really got to stir the grind. I remember my granddaddy. I worked in the field. I had to pick cotton. I had to pick peas, butter beans. I know what it is to have an eye high, and I'm from Newark, New Jersey. But boy, if you know me now, I'm blessed. I'm fully blessed. I got some of the good things in life. I live good. I travel good. I dress good. God has been blessed me. I have overcome a lot of things. But see, that's the thing, overcoming what I need to overcome. I'm going to let my cuz get some of this right here. Because it's good now. We eat. Now, y'all did come to eat with me, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't be scared. Right to me. I didn't come to, hey, I want you to eat with me. This ain't nothing hard about this. I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just trying to tell you to get in my world. And my world is big. Your dreams got to be big. 2% go to the NFL, NBA. The best choice you can really make is tell yourself, I'm on the best team. And as long as you got King Jesus, you're going to play. I'm telling you, all the rest of it, they're falling rope. Education, putting yourself and making sure you get the grades that you got to get. See, when you think our parents and pushing us and telling us what to do, see, it's easy for somebody to say, I want a high school diploma. But that high school diploma just going to get you so much. Get it. But then you got to go further. Yeah, you might be good. Everybody might be cheering you on. But at the end of the day, cheer yourself on. When I look in the mirror, all y'all got mirrors in your eyes, right? Ask yourself when you look in the mirror who you really see.
And loving who you are. We all are different. Be fine with that. You're a handsome young man that has greatness in his heart. And when you look in the mirror, you got to tell yourself, ooh, I'm handsome and I have greatness upon me. And be fine with that. You know why? Because I love me some me. You got to love you some me. Don't try to fit in to get in. You don't have to be a part of a gang. You don't have to be a part of some clique. Be your own eagle. Fly at your own height. And that's when you can soar. Mr. Chandler's going to come and he's going to talk about making the right decisions and choices. The only thing I want to say is be who you are and love who you are. And therefore, as I transition from here to there, he's going to move up here and he's going to tell you why you need to be in those positions so you can love yourself. And then the end result, you'll see something greater.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, this forum would not have taken place if not for the brainchildren here of Dublin Housing Authority, Ms. Brenda Smith and Carrie Smith. Glad to have you all with us. Please share with us about why you wanted to have the Youth Summit, the Youth Male Summit, and that process of getting people to come in and to present the different topics that they presented upon. Do you want to share first, Ms. Brenda?
I will.
Okay.
A few months ago, the city of Dublin had a real tragedy with the death, shooting, and what we believe to be gang activity. And it was very close to our back door. We see young black males every day. We see a lot of them doing positive things, but somehow the negative things always outshine the positives. This adventure with having a male summit came at a wonderful time because we want to pull our community together. We want to be clapping at graduations. We want to see our black males going to the next level, whatever that next level might be for them. We want to see them productive husbands, fathers, leaders,
Yes.
all of the positives that a community could have.
Very good.
So that's why we're helping our young black males to gain a dream where there might not be one.
That's right. And give them the mindset to dream.
Right.
That's beautiful. Thank you. And Mr. Carey Smith, now I know you've done a lot of legwork for this forum. Share with us in your own words about it and the process, and of course you share with us why.
As Ms. Smith said, we're wanting to train our black males, the young males, to be catalysts for this unfolding society, to be assets and not liabilities.
Very nice.
So we wanted to be able to contribute to their livelihood, to give them something to look forward to.
I love that. I love that. And you've got so many different men from our community and surrounding areas that are here as presenters, and you've got certain categories that they're sharing upon. I mean, I just looked at, for self-esteem, relationships, real talk, just really showing them what's really going on out there in those streets that they call that has no love for you. So
Absolutely.
to speak,
We did not want to leave any tables unturned. We wanted to cover all areas of life.
Hygiene was one of them.
Yes.
I mean, every aspect you're covering. And these are just really real issues. And so we're, as a community, are very appreciative that you all came up with the forum. And of course, this is the annual event, we're hoping.
This is the first, one of many to come.
And when you look at a positive forum such as this and how it's touching lives, and these young men are going to take something from what they received today, and they're going to be able to apply it in their everyday living. So that's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to share to the people out there?
I would just like to thank the community. I would like to thank Ms. Smith for allowing me this opportunity. Communities and schools, CNE Youth Services, Dublin City Schools, Lawrence County Schools, everybody, the entire community, because they received this with open arms.
Wonderful. And when you receive something like this with open arms, you only get positive results. So thank you so much, Mrs. Smith and Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you always.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Brad Grimes with the City of Dublin Natural Gas Department. How to recognize a natural gas leak. Look, some of the signs of a gas leak include seeing bubbling water, or dead or discolored vegetation in otherwise green area, or disturbed soil, or a dense mist above the pipeline. Listen, a hissing sound that is near gas lines, appliances, or meters that could indicate a leak.
Hello, I'm Eric Cates, Field Supervisor with the City of Dublin Natural Gas Department. How to recognize a natural gas leak. Smell. The distinctive odor of rotten eggs. Natural gas is an efficient, safe, colorless, and odorless gas. For easy detection, we add a harmless chemical to give gas a distinctive odor. Most people describe the smell as rotten eggs or hydrogen sulfide-like odor. Leave. Don't delay. Get away. Leave the area immediately and move to a safe distance away from the potential leak. Avoid using any sources of ignition such as cell phones, cigarettes, matches, flashlights, electronic devices, motorized vehicles, light switches, or landlines, as natural gas can ignite from a spark or open flame, possibly causing a fire or explosion. Natural gas is non-toxic, lighter than air, and displaces oxygen. In severe cases, if not used properly, natural gas can also lead to asphyxiation. Do not try to identify the source or to stop the leak yourself.
If you think you have a gas leak, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Call us at 478-277-5048.
There's several breakout sessions for today, and we've got two gentlemen here that are our speakers for each breakout session. They're going to kind of share with you a little bit about them and the topic that they're discussing with the young men. We'll start with you to my left. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Doing very well. Share with us a little bit about you first, okay?
Well, actually, my name is Kevin Strudwick. I'm from a small town, Wrightsville, Georgia. I'd done a few years in the military, and through that time I developed a lot of leadership ability or whatever, and so I've been using everything that I've been taught from that day forward.
Very good. And what is your subject matter that you're sharing with the young men?
Well, actually, we started out with peer pressure today and conflict resolution.
Oh, very good.
And none of us are strangers to that particular aspect of life, peer pressure. So
You're
we wanted to
absolutely
touch on
right.
that.
You're right. All right, Mr. Carl Hicks.
Yes.
Good to see you. Share with us, okay?
My name is Carl Hicks, and I'm from Dublin. And my subject today is real talk.
Real talk.
And real talk is really dealing with all different types of issues. And by it being youth, we're talking about the real side. We're talking about responsibility. We're talking about peer pressure. We're talking about bullying. We're talking about just life in general. That as a young person, and different things that they would have to go through in life
Right.
as a whole. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. And you know, you are definitely giving real talk when you're talking about the peer pressure and different relationships that they're involved in. You know, you two, I mean, how you grew up and the things that you experienced in life, how do you see what you went through helps you and helps these young people today?
Well, actually, I come from a home without a father. And just about 90% of the children that we spoke with today didn't have a father in the household with them. So I'm here to show them that through it all, you still can prosper, even though you don't have that father figure. And that's why we're here today, to be the father figures of the neighborhood surrounding Dublin, Georgia. We want to be that missing piece that the children do not have in this area. So they still can make it.
You're absolutely right, they can. And you know, talking about only, you know, in a single parent home, Mr. Hicks, tell us about what you experienced in life and how that helps you when you deliver your message to these young people so powerfully.
It really made me think about not having a mother. My mother and my father both was murdered at a young age. My mother was murdered at the age of 38. And my dad was murdered at the age of 42. So the thing is, you know, but the thing that I have within me, that she have put in me, being my mother and my father, being a strong woman, and knowing all the while that, you know, what I was gonna face in life wasn't gonna be easy. But I can remember, you know, just off the top of my head, you know, some of the things that she did tell me. She said, son, be a child while you can be a child. Because once you become grown, it's a different thing.
Yes, it is.
And see, you know, and just like I told the children, I say, I remember the Bible say, when I was a child, I uttered and I spoke as a child.
That's right.
But now I am a man and I put away childish things. But see, the thing is, what I get talk to the young men about, I tell them, take your time. You know, the bottom line is, I know when you was 2, you couldn't wait to be 4. But I told them also, I said, I remember these things because I went through these things. You know, seeing the older cousin being able to do things that I know I wanted to do. But I know it comes a time and place for everything.
You're absolutely right.
So thank God that I did have a praying grandma and a praying granddaddy. Because, you know, out of all that, I could see myself developing into the man that I have became.
Absolutely.
And even though, you know, like I say, because it all ain't been easy for me. The road's been real rocky. Real rocky. I don't live on that other side. But thank God for Jesus.
Thank God for Jesus.
Oh, you don't mind me saying that?
I don't mind you saying that.
Okay.
And you know, it's like the things that we go through in life. It's amazing how when you were going through what you were going through, and you didn't see how in the world you were going to be able to help someone else.
No.
And generationally, you see how things were when you were younger.
Yes.
What are your comments you'd like to make about the young people that you see now, this generation, and how they're living their lives?
Well, as we spoke today, this generation here got access to things that we didn't have. They don't go outside and play. They don't do the things that we had to. They don't go through the things that we had to go through. But I see that it's possible through the men and women of God. That's what we are, coming together and trying to figure out what can we do to be a part of their lives and to give them that motivation that they need to do better.
That's right.
But we have a good group of kids here, and I think that they're enjoying it, and I think through our knowledge and the things that we've been through, we're able to pour onto them. And one more thing I want to say, I missed out on 2 kids in my life. 2 of my children I didn't get a chance to raise. And now God has given me an opportunity to be a part of a lot of other children. I'm talking about hundreds of kids. And God has really blessed me in that area. So I just want to give back.
And you're doing just that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, there's a lot of young men that are not able to be here today to be able to listen in on the topics that you're speaking of and how frank you're being with them and how real you're being with them. So what message do you want to give to the young people out there just to encourage them? Because the streets and being out in the streets and sometimes not having the proper things at home, just for your everyday life. Not everyone has that. And so we want you to give them an encouraging word, if you will.
The encouraging word that I would give them today is never give up on your dream.
That's right.
Don't never let no one in no type of way tell you that you cannot.
Yeah.
And always have in your mind that you know you can.
There you go.
And if the friends or people that you're around is not positive, cut them off.
Yeah.
Separate yourself from them. See, what we have to do, even as being grown people, we got to get away from the negativity.
Right.
And so I'm teaching the kids, even when I talk to them, I'm telling them, you know, don't be a follower, be a leader.
That's right.
Stand for something.
Yeah.
Anyone can fall, but you got to be willing to get up.
You're right.
And at the end of the day, how many of us willing to give up? And get up and do what we need to do as a whole. Stop complaining. Stop want to blame and play the blame game.
Yeah.
See, it's easy for me to fall weak and say I feel like I'm fainting. But when I know good and well, I got people around me trying to help me stand.
That's right.
Standing for something that's positive and telling myself, I know I can do it.
That's right.
I gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
Okay,
Very good. Thank
okay.
you. Thank you, Mr. Hicks.
Yes.
Any last words of encouragement?
Oh, yes, God is real. And I just told my guys to try to concentrate on integrity, doing what's right legally and morally, even in the absence of leadership.
Right.
And that's our issue. We got to start loving ourselves. And until our people know who they are, where they come from, they don't have an idea where they're going, but we're here.
That's right.
We're here to do that.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here and for everyone that is here to make a difference in the lives of a young person. Thank you for your stories,
Thank you for giving
gentlemen.
us a chance to say it. We
Keep
appreciate
doing
it.
what you do.
When it comes to shopping for lawn and garden, there's one thing that you'll want to remember.
If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
Take it from Glenn Register, owner of Hometown Supply in downtown Dublin.
Anything they need for us to do, we do. We get warranty with everything, new and new. You can get what we call a tractor style mower that's less expensive than a zero turn is. You can spend basically half the money and do the same job. It just won't do it quite as fast. Come down and look at what we have, service it, we get parts for it. We can take it down there behind the store. We got a place down there we cut, show them everything about it. Take it out, set it up, do the financing on it, payment where you can handle it. You can get whatever you want and just about name your game. This is a one-stop shop. We have a belt for about anything. Either bring us some numbers or bring your old belt in, and that's the key to really knowing, you know, what you need. Yeah, we carry tires, tubes for mowers, replacement wheels. We can get just about anything for any machine you need.
See the man with the plan, Glenn Register. Call 272-0345 for more information.
If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the 2019 Live Your Best Life Youth Male Summit here that is housed at Moore Street School, but Dublin Housing authorities here are part of the partnership that is taking place, and we've got some wonderful young men that are learning some great things. I've got two with me today. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Tell everybody who you are. Tell us about you, okay?
My name is Zion. I'm 10 years old, and I go to school in Dodge County. And it's really fun here, and I'm making new friends.
Very good, Zion. So glad to have you here. All right, young man, share with us, okay?
My name is Brayden, and I go to school at East Lawrence. I'm 8 years old, and I just want to say hey to my mom and my Mimi.
You sure can. Hey to your mom and Mimi.
Hey, yeah, hey, G-Pa, hey, Mama.
I love that. Now, listen, you two are here at the Youth Summit, and you all are learning a lot of things, aren't you? So I want you to share with the people out there of Dublin, Lawrence County, just share with them some of the things that you're learning, okay?
We learned about respect and treating people the other way that they want to be treated.
That's right. And, you know, have you always treated people with respect?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So you're learning the importance of being able to do that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And what are you learning?
I'm learning to stay out of the streets, keep my pants up, and not to go to jail.
That's right. That's right. You're learning on how you need to dress, how you need to act, not just behind closed doors, but in public, right? And they're showing you ways of not to get in jail. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now, listen, is this something that you think they should have every year?
Yes, ma'am.
And why do you think that's so?
Because it encouraged kids to stay out of the street and keep their pants up and stop from going to jail.
That's right. It does encourage you to stop that. And what do you think? Why do you think other kids should come to this and they should have it every year?
So kids, they might forget sometimes, like this time. Some kids, they will forget not to be in trouble, but they should do it every year so they can teach the kids always to be respectful.
That's right. That's right. So respect goes on not just today, but year round, right?
Yes.
And this is a great tool for young men to learn and to live by, right? Any last words, you two? No. You good? You good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It's good to see both of you, okay?
Okay.
You've heard it from the mouth of babes. We are here on the campus of Moore Street School for the 2019 Live Your Best Life Youth Male Summit. And we've got the wonderful guest speaker here with us, Mr. Will Butler. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing very well. Now, listen, I mean, just to hear you speak and to hear your story, what made you or what compelled you to want to be a part of this summit?
Well, you have gang violence, and our youth, they are so very important to us, especially our young black males. We are, nearing extinction. I tell most folks that we're not even legally protected by the United States government. So, we've got to do some things that are inherently positive for us in the community instead of, being violent towards one another. How to communicate with police officers, those different things, how to care for yourself and have self-esteem for yourself.
That's right.
Yes.
And, of course, how you were raised was probably different from some of these young men here are raised. And did you have a program that helped you, or was it something just from how you were trained and raised in your home?
Well, definitely it was how I was trained and raised in the home. I had several people and mentors that I actually listened to at a very young age, and folks and educators that took interest in me. And so I was blessed to be able to, have those folks in my life. And I want to be able to, pass it forward.
Right. And, there's so many youth. I get the opportunity to see so many of the youth and the males in our different schools and seeing them in the neighborhoods. And some of their home life is very difficult for them, and it's difficult for them to navigate through and to be able to transition into that classroom and to have a successful future. And so programs like this and gentlemen like you is definitely an asset for these young people.
Right. And I think it's equally important that, whatever you're going through, sometimes, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
But however, you hear other folks' stories and you realize that I'm not alone, or my situation is not as bad as I think it is. And so, for a child and young men, having someone to talk to kind of pull them through it, because we all need that, and we all go through some depression or self-pity at times, but we've got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off.
That's right.
And, go back to work.
That's right. Yeah. And, a lot of these young people are so talented.
They are.
And they just have to have avenues and different people in their lives to kind of really help hone in on that. And so you're specializing in martial arts. You're a trainer as well.
Right.
As you were growing up, what things were you involved in that really helped you throughout your whole process? You talked about initially being bullied and, of course, having the mentorship of your father to be there for you.
Right.
What kind of other things were you involved in?
Oh, wow. I was very active in sports, intramural programs, church. If there was events or different things, social activities that was available, my parents enrolled me in that. And that helped me not only to be able to learn how to work with other people in groups, it also allowed me to realize my limitations. My abilities as well, and to be able to communicate with other people. So there were a wide variety of skills that I learned just by those simple activities.
That's wonderful.